Now, welcome back. I think today the Italian Parliament will be discussing a very important thing, and the end of year finance bill, which they call mille proroghe, 1,000 extensions, basically, is or certain things which are done during the fiscal year regarding various bills which they passed, financing certain projects and stuff like that. And they're discussing whether they're going to extend the so-called scudo penale for GPs and physicians. Scudo penale is a type of an amnesty for doctors if they cock up, they injure, or they kill someone due to their negligence while on duty, you should say, in their medical profession, whether it's in a hospital or in a GP surgery or whatever, or operating a person. This was introduced, this cowardly act was introduced 4 years ago during the pandemic for those doctors. If this so-called miracle thing should have saved society, and if something would have gone wrong, the doctors wouldn't take responsibility. Seeing it was an experimental pharmaceutical at that time, and still is, and still passed as it. The excuse now today is they're saying we are understaffed in the national health. This is a political question. It's like an excuse if they cock up, just slap on the hand without undergoing no type of criminal prosecution. And this is what, gets on my tits. They're so-called doctors because they gave you an experimental thingy bob. If something happens to that person, they say it's not our responsibility. It's your bloody responsibility, morally and legally speaking. You're accountable for it. Now, with this thing, I want to be, no, we shouldn't be accountable because the excuse is national health is understaffed and all that stuff is. The fact is, so many of those doctors and nurses who are against this shit, they had to leave. And there's a lack of 58,000 in Italian national health. I think this is the same thing in every Western country due to this crazy shit which they passed 4 years ago. If you're a good doctor, we're all human, we're perfect. But I don't think you can hide behind some amnesty if you cock up. If you cock up, you pay. And if you're found guilty of such thingy bob, you have to serve time. You have to do horse play. And what happened to this thing about people want to become doctors and nurses to help the people, the ill, and all that stuff is just another job for you, another way to pass time. I don't think this is the case for serious physicians, GPs and nurses. There are good people out there who work in hospitals, and the most sickening thing is the association of physicians and GPs are pushing this crap, wanting this type of amnesty against their cock-ups. If something goes wrong, like an exam goes wrong, an operation goes wrong, or diagnose someone wrong, they don't legally respond. You are accountable. It's not a good excuse. I cocked up, slapped on the wrists. Until next time, I learn a lesson. No. And this is a political thing which they should sort out in a Western country. It's underfunded. Start investing more in the health service, because in the end, there are people who work stressful conditions in this in hospitals or whatever. There are people, but there are people who don't do their jobs, and this is a good excuse not to do their job. I understand this if they cock up. No, we're praising the bad people in this world, or doctors and nurses, while there are good people out there. Those good people have said, no, I'm not going to go along with this shit, because I have sweared oath to Hippocrates, which is all doctors and nurses, they swear allegiance to. It's an oath, basically. It's a moral conduct for doctors and nurses, basically. And if you swear allegiance to that, if they go by the letter, you don't find any scapegoats if you cock up and say, okay, fair enough. No. If you're guilty, you do time, you pay for it. Where it's a civil lawsuit or you get prosecuted, you have to be accountable for the cock-ups you do. Because people, their lives are in your hands, and this creates a bit of mistrust with the medical science today with people. You need to have people have faith in the system, in the health system. Why should a person, when they see a doctor or they have to go and see a specialist, they have a doubt in their mind, this is Jack the Lad, or we're here amateur tonight? No. They have to be most professional as they can in their field. Can understand if you can't do nothing for that person, fair enough, but hiding behind some type of amnesty for those bad doctors who are just there to do career and make money and God knows what, gain prestige and be a sidekick of the pharmaceutical system, no.